Welcome to the seventh day in the 12 days of Advent here at Judy's Creations in Crochet. Today is December the 14th, 2024. And we have been opening Advent calendars here, and I think you've been enjoying that. I want to welcome you if you are new to my channel. I hope you enjoy what you see, and I hope you will consider coming back and spending more time with us here. I'm coming to you from southwestern Ontario, and I also want to welcome all my returning viewers. I am so fortunate to have such loyal followers, and I appreciate every one of you. So we're here on the second half of the Advent calendars. It's amazing that we've already opened half of them, and we're here to open a couple more today. And hopefully I am not going to miss anything from here on. Now, if you're wondering about what I'm wearing, I think some of you are thinking, oh yeah, that's the scarf you wore a few days back. And no, it actually isn't, although it might look it. Here is the scarf that I wore several days ago, and it was just a series of rows of V-stitches with V-stitches. But it came from the same hank of yarn as this one. And that's the beauty of pearlescent fingering. Pearlescent fingering has 550 yards in it. It is 50% merino, 50% mulberry silk. It is really nice to work with, although as I told you not long ago, it's slipperier than I remember. But this scarf is done on an angle, and I think it was called that, angled scarf. Again, it used the same yarn, and I'm almost positive this is a pattern by Moogly. I will look it up if I can find it and link it down below. She did too. She did an angled wrap maybe, and then the angled scarf. I think it was made from this end, but it doesn't really matter. But it's worked the long way, but it is biased at the end because it has I think it's like 2 double crochets together in one stitch at one end and double crochet 2 together at the other end to give it this slant. And then you can make it however large you want. And I'm pretty sure I made this first, and then I had lots left over, so then I made this one as long as I could, which isn't the longest of scarves, but still not bad. I guess I could have just made this one a little wider and longer and just made one out of the hank. But anyhow, it is different, although it looks very much the same. So I think we'll get right to the business of opening the Advent yarns. And you all caught me on the one I missed 4 days ago, but I made it up to you in the last video. So I'm going to start with the this seems to be the most popular one. Everybody likes this one, which is from Green Button Jar, doing this really great fade. And now we're into sort of a yellow part of the fade. It'll be interesting to see where we go with it. Of course, that's the most fun of any Advent, is seeing where it goes, how it develops. So I've already pulled them out because I had to start a new bag, and it's very, very crinkly. And I know some of you don't like hearing all the crinkles. Bad enough you got to listen to me open the bags. So here is day 13. And I have a feeling we're going to get a little more yellow, and maybe there'll be another color in the yellow. So here we go. Okay, it looks to me like we're going back to more pink. We're going backwards. Maybe that should have been in before the last day. Anyway, I'll pin it on here. So that was day 13, and this is day 14. So we get more pink in with the yellow. Oh no, now we're going, that last one looked out of place. Now we're getting into green, and that kind of makes sense to me that the yellow would go into this green. Now this is a color I do like, although I have to say that overall this particular advent calendar is a little busier than I really like. So there we go. Now, wouldn't you agree with me that this pink one should have been back in here amongst the pinks? But there we have day 13 and day 14. And we're going to go more green, I think, at this end. Hello, little guy. My little friend here has been sleeping, but of course, now I'm down here. He's decided to wake up and come and investigate. So next, I'm going to open Chickadee. I need to put this out of the way for a minute. Yes, hello. Hello. And bring this over here and look for day 7, and there's something sticking out of the package in day 7. So I'm gathering we got some bookmarks. Yeah. 2 different birds. Those are nice. And this is day 7. And this is, as I've told a number of you, this is the Advent that I'm enjoying the most. Maybe because they're solids. I'm not sure, because these aren't really my top color choices. I'm just enjoying, I think, the fact that they're solids. And the colors are nice. And here's another one for you. Oh, okay. This is a nice neutral gray. And it's a nice gray. And I'll put that here next to this one. There we go. Yeah, I am enjoying this. And this is the type that I could use this all together, or any of these could be taken out and mixed with any other set of Advents that I decide to put together, any set of minis, just some random colors of minis. So we'll put that down back here. And finally, we want to do Polka Dot Creek. Yeah, you got a lot to say today, don't you? Things are falling here. There we go. Polka Dot Creek. Let's get out the next boxes. 13. There we go. 13 and 14. Oops, that was off the screen. Put that down in there. And here's the board so far. We are finally getting out of greens and into reds. I went and asked Bonnie, I said, do we get all greens or are we going to get out of that? She said, no, it won't stay green. And she said, it is very Christmas. So I had to assume that red and green were the main colors in this set. So Some more red likely, now that we're into the reds. Oh yes, and this is something I like. And again, it can go with a lot of different reds and greens. Yes, I really do like that. Reminds me of one that I used in, you can't see it, but Kiki had a red and green variegated one in her dress. So that's day 13. And day 14. And some more. Oh, this is a really nice, rich red. I really like that color. You know, I'm thinking that Bonnie put a lot of thought into organizing these in an order. So greens with a few variegateds and neutrals, and now she's got the reds with variegated, and probably there'll be more reds with variegated and a neutral coming up. I really like this set as well. We have a mix of variegated, this is a speckled, and solids, and nice shades of green and red. And I have to say that I really do like this. This is a nice set. I can't say I like every single individual color, but overall I really like the set. That's pretty. Yes, it is. And they're only 10 grams. Okay, so that's our Advent calendars for today. I'm going to spend just a minute, a very fast minute, and then we'll wrap this up. Just bringing you up to date from what happened in the last video. I had the 3 projects out that I was working on, actually 4. I didn't have the 4th one out, and the purple, the 4th one, is still in a bag over there waiting till I finish these 3. And I think I mentioned after showing it to you that the Advent Adventure, which I'm going to make into a scarf, has also been put aside for the time being. So my first goal was to finish the monthly mal and then to do the one with the reds. And I told you last day that monthly mal was a big disappointment, that I was not able to finish it. I didn't have enough yarn. And I went looking for another option and I found something very similar. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I found something that I liked, and I was able to make the whole thing, and I had that much left. Now this pattern does have a finish row across the top, a little bit fancy, and I wasn't really sure if this would be enough. I think it is, but I looked at it a couple of times and I decided, no, I really don't feel a need to put something across the top. I quite like the straight flat top. So this is done. You won't see it for, another week, 10 days, right? You'll see it. I think on the 26th of December is the last Thursday that I'll be videotaping for the month of December. And that's when you'll get to see it. So I'm just going to fold it up and put it aside, and you'll just have to be patient and wait to see what I finally made. So I finished that quite quickly. I was really happy to find something I like and to get it done. Then I went on to the red, and I think I had started it when I showed you this last. I've done so many videos, I honestly can't remember what I've shown you and what I haven't. And you know, I don't tape these every second day and put them up the next day. I do 2 or 3 at a time, and then I get a bit of a break, and then I do another one. Anyhow, I know I showed you this started, and I've continued on. I think I was maybe where this yellow marker is, right in that area. I'm going to leave that yellow marker in, but I think when I go upstairs to work on this tonight, I'm going to put a marker in there to show you how far I get the next time. Now, I won't likely show it to you in 2 days, because in the next 2 days, I'm going to be spending both days with Rose. They have a Christmas social. She, when are you getting this? You're getting this on the weekend, but she comes out of, I'm taping in the middle of the week, and she comes out of quarantine tomorrow, and they're having a social tomorrow. So I'm going over to do that with her. And then the next day is her therapy at the hospital. And that is very involved, getting, renting, or not renting, you have to call and reserve space on the city bus that takes them there specially, and you have to wait ahead of time, and then you go and you have to wait there, and then you have your session, and then got to wait again for the bus to take you back, and it takes several hours of the day. So the next 2 days I won't get much done, but I will show you progress. I have a feeling that hopefully within the next week I'm going to finish this. So I'll maybe wait and show you this when it is finished, or awful close to being finished. But I have to tell you, I'm very happy about how this is going. And I'll tell you more about it, the name and the yarn and the pattern designer and a link to it and all the rest of it, later in a few days, not the day before Christmas, maybe the time before that, around the 20th or the 22nd. I'll have this done and be able to show it all and talk about it and all of that good stuff. I just wanted you to know I was working on it. So that's all for today. I've chattered enough, taken enough of your time. And next time we come back, of course, we will be doing the next 2 days. And I actually got an acquisition, and I think I will share that acquisition with you next time that I see you. So I hope you've enjoyed keeping up with these advents, and I definitely hope that you'll be back here in a couple of days when we open some more. And until then, happy hooking.